Where's the camera? Right here? Where? It was so blurry right there. Merry Christmas, everybody. What's up, Tyler Thompson? Hey, Merry Christmas, Joe Jennifer. Merry Christmas, John. How are you guys doing? What's good? Man, it's my first Christmas in a very long time. You know, I was out in 98, but I didn't make it long enough to celebrate Christmas with my family. So being able to be here today is truly a blessing. Being able to be here and hang out with my nieces and nephew. I can't describe it, you know. Tyler, he's glad Christmas is over. Man, it's not long enough. It went by too fast. You know, it's nice to just be able to just have fun and celebrate with your family, you know. Yeah. Yeah, you can't really, you know, answering Tyler Thompson. Yeah, you can't take things for granted. And I've done that a little bit these last few weeks. I got a little comfortable with my situation, so I'm gonna be going back to court. It's not a new case or anything. I failed one of my UAs. You know, I was a lot of things I haven't shared with you was through the course of my 20 years that I was in there, I was kind of a functioning addict, you know. I mean, I'm a happy drunk. I don't do drugs to, like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. It's just, yeah, in a way I was trying to escape. I was trying to escape my environment, you know. And I developed an addiction. But I've been pretty good managing it, controlling it. But being out here, you know, I slipped up and, well, my PO is writing a report to my judge, and hopefully the judge will take into account all the positive stuff that I'm trying to do. But, you know, there's no excuses. You know, I can tell, and I can justify it in my head, and I can make excuses to you guys, the viewers, or to myself, or to anybody else that would listen, that maybe the stress of being out here or whatever is Niners, baby. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, the thing that I'm trying to push is that we all have responsibilities, and you know, it's not anybody else's responsibility to take care of ourselves but our own. And even at times it can be hard. You just gotta be accountable, hold yourself accountable. And well, we'll see what happens, but I don't know yet when my PO is writing the report and send it to my judge, and they'll set a date and then evaluate my situation. But like I said, I hope she's taking into account like all the different things that I'm trying to do out here. But at the end of the day, you know, you never know how they're gonna feel about the situation. They really didn't want me out here anyway, and my dumb ass, you know, set myself up. You know, Merry Christmas, Kenny's son. Yeah, I'm a Niners fan. I've been a Niners fan since I've been in America. I was a Niners fan before I knew that they were a football team. Back in the days, you used to be able to get them the pencil machine. You put a nickel in, and you get two pencils, and they're always football pencils. And I kept getting this gold and red pencil that had 49ers and the SF logo on it, and I never knew what it was. But I just liked the color, gold, red. But then when I moved to Modesto, California, I started seeing it everywhere on people's shirts and jackets and stuff, and I was like, oh, they're a football team, so it became my football team. I have no idea. I've never had a dirty UA before. I had only one when I was through the course of my 20-year incarceration for marijuana, but I have no idea, man. And from what I hear from some of my people that I've reached out to inquiring, they say that maybe, hopefully, they'll just make me take me some more classes, piss me a little bit more often, which I'm hoping. Like, I used to cry about the 2 classes I take every week, but at this moment in time, I'm hoping to give me more classes. It's crazy, right? But like I said, I don't really know what the repercussions are, but being fresh out and being who I am with the record I have, with the image I don't know, they have this crazy idea of who I am that some, I don't know what you would call it, gang leader or influential people out here or whatever. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but hopefully it's not too much. It says out here in Taylor Thomas, Massachusetts, they got a street out there called South First Street. I'm sorry, I missed it.
Basically, for South First Street, they wear SF, San Francisco gear.
Okay. I like to say it was for marijuana, but it wasn't. And like I said, I'm always going to try to be honest with you guys, to divulge the things that I can, to discuss the things that I can. But there's always certain things that I can't share and I won't share. And that's just for my peoples out here, respect for them and respect for the environment that they live in. Thank you, Baltimore 172, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. Like, today is Christmas, and you guys are tuning in, and it's freaking awesome. My wife's like, hey, you should go live today. I'm like, man, no one's going to want to come and talk to me on Christmas Day. They got their family and everything, everybody to spend with. And I don't have the words to show you that how much I appreciate you guys helping me grow and helping me on this journey that I'm on right now. I have big aspiration. I have no idea how I'm going to make it all happen. But every day, people are reaching out to me that are viewing this, and just people that I'm meeting out there in the world that, here's my message. And it's pretty incredible. Because, at the end of the day, like, I share these stories with you guys. Again, it's not to glorify the violence. The violence is there. There's no ducking it. The point is to show you what the reality of being in prison, of being in the level of security that I've been at, and try to emphasize that this ain't the life you guys want. But it's not just the life that you guys might not want, but this isn't the life for anybody, any human being, any kids. If you go to my Facebook, you'll see a post on there that, don't call yourself a big homie if you're leading your homeboys to jail or to the grave. And I mean that. So, but by me doing what I'm doing, some people might get in their feelings about it because they want to push this gang shit. They want to push this criminality stuff because they benefit from it. But they're willing to sacrifice the youngsters' lives for peanuts, for monetary gain, for whatever it is they're going to come up on. They're willing to sacrifice your lives, your sons, your friends, all that for little crumbs. Like for me, the message to these people that they call themselves the big homies, it's like you have the influence. These youngsters look up to you and they listen to you. Right now we live in an age of opportunity, of information. There's so many avenues that we can get money. So why not redirect that energy? You got these youngsters that's going to ride for you, that's going to be loyal to you. So why not educate them, teach them? Teach them to run the freaking world, rule the world, not be somebody's slave, not be a statistic. Teach them to run businesses, run corporations. I get kind of animated when I discuss these things because these subjects are dear to my heart because I wasted 24 years of my life. Altogether, from since I was a kid, I spent 30 years incarcerated. And I'm telling you, it's not me, if you're not going to put your son and your daughters out there in the streets, don't put somebody else's son or daughter out there in the streets. Texas Plumber, Merry Christmas, man. Been out a long time. Lost touch with how things work now. But I wish you the best. I've been clean for 29 years, but still think all drugs should be legalized. Yeah, I don't have any, I don't think, teach their own. And I don't think we should be serving freaking decades for drugs. I don't think, like when I speak on these things, I'm probably coming from a biased perspective. So I can't really objectively have a discussion over these things because I'm just so against the criminal justice system. Because no matter how many pictures they put up of Lady Liberty with her blindfold over her eyes, the bitch can see. She sees what class you come in from. She sees what neighborhood you grew up in. She sees the color of your skin. She sees your freaking bank statements. And if all those don't fit a certain category, you know what it is. So, but I mean the idea behind it is, what's the word, baby? I don't know, it would be nice that justice is blind, and that the criminal system is fair. But we all know it's not, and I mean, I'm really glad to see that a lot of laws has come down through the pipeline that's helped rectify the atrocity that's been committed on these people. Just in the last few years, I've had over a dozen friends that had life sentences that's been let go. But even then, they've already spent 30 years. Like a friend of mine that just got out, he's already been there 32 years. He had a life sentence, double life sentence. And, it's a blessing that he's home now. He just got out last Thursday. But it took him 32 years to tell him that, we're going to finally give you a fair sentence. Like for me, I never cried about my time. I never cried about Stan King, Merry Christmas to you, man. I never cried about my time. I know the things that I was doing out here wasn't cool. And I know that, and I knew that then that I was headed for prison. And I wasn't really tripping because just like a lot of youngsters out here, we were brainwashed to think that, yeah, prison is cool. Or maybe if not cool, it's like, yeah, I'm about it. I'm trying to get up there and try to do this and do that or whatever. But I didn't have that fear of being locked up inside of me. Because you see that these dudes that come out of prison, they're all yoked up, tatted up, and they talking that rah, rah, rah. And we all looking up at them like they're our heroes and our idols. And these hoe ass motherfuckers never told us the truth about it. They wore like coming out of prison like it was a badge of honor, like going to prison was a stripe or something. So I was just brainwashed just like the rest of these youngsters out here, some of you viewers. And prison ain't cool, man. Now, if you go to prison for something you believe in, something you buy into, it's what it is. But for dumb shit, because some other goofy motherfucker sent you on a mission to go do some dumb shit that he wasn't willing to take care of himself. Because a lot of homies is in prison for other motherfucker shit. Because these cowards out there want to run their mouths and do this and do that. But then when the shit get hot, they come crying to you. And you being a man, you being about your business, got love for the homie, you go out there and put in that work, and you don't want to up in prison, and these cowards don't send you a letter or nothing. This is the kind of shit that these dudes coming out of prison should be telling us. And I've been fortunate in my experience that the homies around me always picked up my phone call, whatever I needed. They looked out for me. And sometimes I know, to all the homies, that's always been there for me. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. And I know at times I was heavy on you with all my extracurricular activities, but I'm 1 in 1,000, man. Most people that's in prison with me don't have people to reach out to, But a lot of us is in there for other people's shit. But because we're a certain type of people, we take it on the chin. Rick James, man, it's hard in the street. Some people give up. Yeah, I know. When I come out here, I still I got people text me. Today, the homie hit me up when I was at the Target buying some putting together some gift for my wife's friend. And he's like, hey man, can you shoot me some money? And it's hard to tell him that you don't have anything. It's hard to tell him that, man, it's hard out here. But whatever little I can, because I've been there with them. So anything that I can do, I'm gonna do it. But I've never been one of those that, yeah, I got you, homie. I'll shoot that in a little bit and don't do it. And I told the homie, man, you hit me at a bad time. I spent all my money on my nieces and nephew for Christmas. And the homie understood that. But it's just like, I know how it is, man. And it's just, I wish I had everything to give to them to help them make their time go a little bit better. Shannon Doden, Merry Christmas to you, too.
Merry Christmas, Shannon.
My wife said Merry Christmas.
We're friends.
Oh, you guys are friends?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi. We never met. But yeah, man, I don't have no time to myself out here. In there I used to read a lot. I used to be able to kick back. Outside the chaos that goes around me. You're stuck in a cell. You're stuck in a block. Like whatever you do is because you want to, it's not because you have to. Here, you gotta get up, man. You gotta go grind. You gotta pay the bills. And on my lunch break, I'm still looking for the 99-cent Whopper. Everybody keeps telling me it doesn't exist anymore, but why not? Why the hell everything is freaking $15 or more just to have lunch? It's a freaking burger. Why should it cost me an hour of my salary? But, that's what it is, man. Is Yeah, I went to Burger King and got a Whopper. I think it starts like at $3, but I think it was like a junior Whopper. I could be wrong. Then I asked for lettuce and tomato, and the shit went up to like $6, $7. Like they're charging you $1 for a slice of tomato and another dollar for a freaking sprinkle of lettuce. Good thing I didn't ask for some damn onions, but it's just ridiculous. You know, for me, if you ask me, I think inflation is a hoax, man. We still put in the same hours. We still labor just as hard, but our money is devalued. Why? You know. But I'm not an economist. I don't know how how they calculate what determines inflation and why they jacking up prices. But you know, I don't want to get into all that conspiracy stuff that I read about when I was in prison. But this, you know, nothing is what it seems. Let's just say that. Twin City, what's up, Minnesota? Man, thank you for your support. You know. And Rick James, yeah, it is modern day slavery. You know, you have the elite, then you have the rest of us. We're the laborers. But you know that's our fault. See, once we stop pointing the finger and blaming them, blaming somebody else, then we can begin to work on ourselves. These public schools, they're not very good for our children because these public schools teach you how to get good, you know, how to get a good job with good benefits. They're teaching you to be a laborer. They're not teaching you to be a leader. What is it that they are teaching in those private schools that we're not privy to? But us as parents, I'm not a parent, I'm an uncle, but us as parents, aloha, bro. But us as parents, we need to find time, make time to emphasize and teach our kids how to be rulers, how to be leaders, how to start our own business, how to run our own shit, how to own our own stuff, and not just be a laborer. You know, laborer is just another word for a slave. Yeah, we're getting paid, but you know, we haven't jumped through the hoop. We haven't gone through their special schools. We haven't, you know, bowed down to these gatekeepers and stuff. So we can't get their certificate and their stamps of approval to be able to just what? You know, you got all these politicians, their kids ain't never done shit, but they're freaking getting 6-figure salaries to do what? Okay, Marion, Illinois, what's up, man? Brian Tucker, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Richard. Greeting from Texas. To all the homies out there in Texas, much love. I've done a lot of time with a lot of Texas homies. You know, most of them are Texas MA and Texas Syndicate. You know, it's all love. Yeah, Baltimore, I agree with you, man. Inflation is a joke. Price raise 3% every year, but most workers do not get a raise. They have been doing this forever, 50 years. So imagine how behind we are. Yeah, I haven't seen a sign that say McDonald's paying you $20. You know, Walmart is paying you $20. But what are you going to be able to buy with $20? A freaking sandwich? You know? You know, if you guys don't know this, then you better listen. Congress, every single year in the middle of the night, when they think you're asleep, they vote to raise their salary. Every freaking year. And not one person on that floor that talks about the poor, the immigrants, the economy, this and that, ever vote against that bill. They're so happy and so quick to raise their own salary, but they're not willing to raise yours. I mean, I wasn't trying to be a political person coming home because I really want my message to resonate with everybody. Don't matter what political aisle you're on, but yeah, I have strong opinions about some of the political stuff that goes on in our society. I've done nothing but for the last 15 years listen to the news, listen to NPR, conservative radio shows, and all the rest. You know, I can't vote, so I'm not leaning one side or the other. My opinion, I would like to think, comes with some common sense. You know, so yeah, don't cancel me. How was my experience with the Filipinos in the federal system? Now we got some Filipino homies, man. They're just like anybody else. You meet some cool ones, and you meet some not so cool ones. You know, I don't think is any particular race as far as like how they carry themselves, because everybody's individuals, man. And most of the homies that I met were Filipino. I've got along with all of the homies, you know. And the ones I didn't get along with, we dealt with it. Sometimes it was a conversation and we got it straight. And sometimes it made me hurt them. But, you know, for the most part, to our best ability, because I'm not going to say our car was clean. We're not had influence over them. Because sometimes there's just some things that you're not able to dig up. But for the most part, we try to find out if these dudes are straight. If these dudes, you know, are clean as far as their case not telling, not being a sex offender and all that stuff. And I'm sure one or two of them slipped through the crack. But for the most part, we had good homies around us. Texas Plumber, man. What the heck is a super chat? Listen, you know, I'm just learning how this social media stuff works. And, you know, I don't want to be here asking people for anything, man. But if you want to support, when I come up, I'm going to have my stuff, my merchandise come out in maybe next week or right the week after, but for sure by the new year, because we just went back and forth with correcting the patterns and all this stuff. You know, all this stuff takes a little bit of time, but the homie Al Rahim, man, so much love to you. We've been corresponding every day on putting this thing together. And like I said, if you want to support, if you're feeling the message that I'm trying to push, the mentality that I'm trying to push, man, grab a hoodie, grab a hat. You know, I mean, there's other projects that I have coming down the pipe, but it's just, I wanted to be able to have something concrete put together to be able to show you, hey, this is what we're doing. Hey, this is our plan. This is what's going on. I don't want to be just up here running my mouth, you know, talking I'm going to do this, do that, and they not even be here to do it. You know, because I still struggle with myself, trying to adjust to this world, trying to, you know, stay in step with all the stipulations that's put on me. And I don't really stress over it as far as like I don't spend any time thinking about it, but I mean, anybody's ever been in my position, you know, they know better than I can express it, you know. Maybe it says I have to turn it on. So how do we turn it on? I don't know how to turn that on. See, like, these are one of the things that I get frustrated is that, you know, no matter how often I look and how hard I look at all this stuff on these computers and these phones, for some reason, my brain doesn't want to compute, you know. But it's just it's a learning experience, and we're getting a little bit better at it every day. Shannon Doden, BMA all day. Yeah. Thank you. yeah, hopefully for the beginning of the year, you'll be here. You know, Al sent me a box of stuff that he just did on his own. He seen, you know, he was on here when I first did my, I think my second live, and hey, Dayton Thompson, thank you so much. Wow, I'm humbled by that, man. I don't even, I don't even have the words to express that. Thank you, Tyler. I'm sorry. Thank you, Tyler Thompson. Like, it's just, you know, that's some of the things that Rush Lane. You know, these are things I just don't I don't know how. It's hard for me to understand that strangers like you that we've never met are reaching out and showing me love, and it's just such an incredible world that I'm coming into. You know, when you hear the news, all they want to show you is the negativity of how someone's harming somebody else, how somebody's hurting each other, and you know they put out there all that racist shit that everybody's racist and hate this and hate that. I'm Asian. I'm Cambodian, and you know I don't know what race my viewers are outside of maybe your name, but I've received nothing but love from you. You don't know me anything about me, but these are the kind of stuff that they don't put on the news to show the world that strangers are reaching out to each other, helping each other, and it's an overwhelming and wonderful experience. And thank you so much. Tyler, right? Tyler Thompson. Yeah, you entertain me every day. I look forward to your stories every day. That has value to me. Man, thank you. You know, I know like the time I put out my video is sporadic. It's not consistent, but it's just every day I try to find time to sit here and share something with you guys to entertain you outside of my work and outside of the errands that I'm running back and forth. You know, but you know, this is a priority in my life right here. You know, and hearing your guys' comments and replying with you and interacting with you every day, it's inspiring and encouraging. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be here and try to give you guys everything I got. You know. All good, Mesa. You guys will figure it out. What do you think about Michael Thompson and the way he handled his situation? Are you talking about Michael Thompson as far as the NFL player from the Saints? A group of people have one common goal, mastermind. Paul, thank you. Thank you for the love. Oh, man, I'm not sure I'm privy to talking about the AB snitch. Okay. What is that? I don't really know anything about this Michael Thompson. Since I've been home, I haven't been able to follow the news or watch TV or anything. I've checked out some of the YouTube channels that you guys recommended. But outside that, it's work, and grind. Michael Thompson. Well, you know, here's the thing I feel about snitches. I don't love them. I don't have no love for them. I don't have no sympathy for them. You know, when I say snitches, I'm not talking about average citizens that witness a crime and is trying to do the right thing. I'm talking about that fool that's sitting right next to you telling you that he can trust you, that he's about this life. But then when shit get too hectic, he want to throw you under the bus. For those people, man, I ain't got no love for them. I ain't got no sympathy for them. And I want to get myself in trouble on YouTube by expressing how I really feel about these people. I've had people testify against me. I had a few people testify against me. A few people that's supposed to be my homies. So, yeah, the subject is personal to me. Tim Dog, run the fade, homie. When I see you, you talk about a haircut or you trying to holler at me? I mean, fade has a different, meaning. So, if you're talking about a haircut, yeah, I'm all for it. But if you're talking about something else, I mean, I don't know if that's your real name, but I don't duck nothing. I ain't never duck nothing. So, I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of people out here that feel some type of way about me being home because of the things I've done to them or their homeboys or whatever. I go where I want to go. If I run into any of those individuals and the subject is brought up, however it needs to be dealt with, like I said, I never ran up from nothing my whole life. I ain't about to now. But that's not what I'm out here for. I made a lot of, I ran into a few that I've had issue with, but they made peace with me and being the man that I am, or the man that I'm trying to project myself to be. Then I have to consider that and take into account and, everything. And yeah, I've shaken some hands with people since I've been home that I might not have 20 some years ago. And it felt good. Because, a lot of things that happened back then, we were kids and there's no reason for us. I don't know. It's a complicated subject. Texas plumber. Yeah, I'm not going to waste my time on Michael Thompson. I really don't like to read about rats, man. Like, when I see movies like Goodfellas and other stuff, entertaining movies, American Gangster, the one that Denzel Washington portrayed. Those are entertaining movies. But at the end of the day, they come from a rat's perspective. So really, how much of that can you really believe? My goal is that once I get to the point where I can get to, yeah, Frank Lucas, he's a rat. People can idolize him because he was running this dope ring out there and wherever he was from, Chicago or whatever, and doing all this. And maybe people might even think he was a gangster, but at the end, you're not a gangster. You're a rat. Because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And you finish at the lowest echelon of the world that you claim to be in. Like I said, I get animated about this type of shit because, man, go to the grave with your shit. That's what you signed up for. So, anyway, sorry. But all these movies that they put out in Hollywood, it's all from a rat's perspective. This bitch-ass fool that did whatever he did, and now he don't want to go to prison, so he want to tell on everybody else, and now they want to make a movie about his freaking life. When I get to the point where I'm trying to do, I've been communicating with an editor that my wife owns a tattoo shop that she had tattooed, and we've been discussing with her. And one of the projects I want to do is let's tell stories from real men's perspective, from the shit that real men did. But these things that they're telling, these things that the stories that we're going to share, it's stuff that's already been settled in court that's not going to get people in trouble or open up new cases. But I'm tired of watching stuff that a rat is telling us about. Because you can't believe nothing that comes out in people's mouths. They already lied on you at court. They lied to save their skin. So why wouldn't they lie to help make a movie? You know, you get my point. But let's tell stories from real men. You know? Yeah, Tyler Thompson, I get it. But you know, if you've already been arrested for it, you've already been to jail, your case is already public records, why not try to figure out how to monetize it? I have some homies, you know, I met through the course of my bid, I met some good men, legends, and stuff that they've done is crazy. And I feel that people are interested in it. You know, we're not trying to share a story that's going to criminalize anybody, that's going to put anybody on the spot or anything like that. But man, you've done your time already. Like a man. You did everything that they thrown at you. You carry yourself the way you're supposed to. You got to make a living now. You're going to come out here and grind 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, because it's too late for me to start a retirement fund. You know, I'm 25 years behind. But if somebody's interested in my story or interested in stories of people around me, why not? You know, there's ways to do things without, you know, being harmful to other people or to the things that you believe. And I believe that I'm able to do that. You know, things I shared with you here on here, because, you know, there's a few people that had some issues about, oh, why I'm out here speaking on the big homie, you know, the black hand and this and that. And, you know, I tell them, hey, you know, the stuff that I'm sharing is public records. And they're like, well, these are a secret organization, you know, you're putting them on blast. And I replied, like, you guys have your hood tattooed on your face. If you don't want anybody to know, why would it be on your freaking forehead? Hey, I'm from so-and-so street. And, you know, their tattoo is not hidden. Their tattoo's on their face and their cheeks. But I reached out to the homie that keep in contact with some of the homies out there in ADX still. And for the most part, they cool. I'm good. You know, I'm not going to go as far as I say I have their blessings, but they don't have an issue with what I'm doing because they know I'm going to do it with respect. What do I think about these rappers getting locked up? You think they'll have a hard time if they were convicted? Well, it depends. Are these rappers in general, it don't matter what color they are these rappers really about what they say in their music? If they are, then they shouldn't have no problems. But if they're faking, they're gonna get extorted, they're gonna get raped, all that. Yeah, Tim Dog, I met plenty of TRGs. I met the homie Boney out of Seattle. Aztec, David Moretta out of TRG out of Fresno. I haven't met any from Long Beach or anything like that. But there are a few of them that comes in and out through the system. You know, they have TRGs everywhere now. You know, the homie Flip, he's out of Boston. The homie Shine out of Fresno. Yeah, you know, there's no, you know, answering Coley. Yeah, man, being in prison ain't easy, man. Everybody has a hard time. It's how you carry yourself. But when someone comes off the yard, comes off the street, or they've been in it, or images in the streets that they've been projecting that they're this type of killer or this type of gangster, then they get in the box, there's gonna be somebody who want to test their gangster. Believe that. Don't matter who you are, homie. Somebody's gonna try you. And however they try you, when they try you is however you deal with it determines how you're gonna do the rest of your time. Yeah, TRG is Tiny Rascal Gang is gangster it's Cambodian, started out in Long Beach. The TRG was the ones that back in the 80s was started the war with the Southsiders, with the Mexicans. Now, I met the homie that was in there, my homie from Modesto Hit Squad, Ray T-Bone. Man, if you watching, homie, what's up, man? Much love, Bong. The story he shared with me is that the reason the war started with the Southsiders and the Asians back in the 80s, early 90s was, when you're here at California Yard, this is state penitentiary, California. It's all Southsiders, homes. And so most everybody pays taxes to them. They had a few other Asians that went up there before, some Vietnamese and Japanese dude or Korean dudes, and they fell under that umbrella and paid the black hand taxes. Which is another word for extortion fees. But when the Cambodians went through there, they refused. The Southsiders rolled up on them and like, hey man, this is what you gotta pay, blah, 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 to live on here on this block. And they refused. But inside prison, the Cambodians are outnumbered by the Mexicans 100 to 1, 1,000 to 1. But the fools that they put in, they fought. But then word got on the streets like, hey, this is what's going on in the joint. So the war started popping off. When I first went to Lompoc, a few Southsiders came, hit me up. It's like, hey, you Cambodian? I was like, yeah, I'm Cambodian. They told me, about the war, whatever they had in California with the Cambodians and stuff. And I was just like, and I'm from Utah. Yeah, I'm Cambodian. I don't know what you guys got going on there in California. But, whatever it is, if you got an issue with me, then it's what it is. But yeah, Unique, Coley, yeah. I worked out with Unique a few times out there in that water. Like, by no means were we good friends or close friends or anything like that. But I know the brother. He's good people, But, when I was in that water, if you weren't a gambler, I don't know you. I spent all my day, if you didn't play handball, if you didn't play poker, I've only had, high and by and associate with you like that because I ran a poker table in Atwater for 7 years. So that's how I hustle. Gambling, poker table, dice games, football tickets, whatever else. I dip and dab in almost every venture out there. Like people can hit me up that's been in that water with me. They'll let you know. Al Ra, what's up, Al? Man, thank you, man. You see I'm sporting it, homie. This is a scarf my mom got me for Christmas. But just in case you thought I was covering it up, it's right here, homie. I love this shirt. Man, I love everything you do, and I appreciate you reaching out to me, and I'm excited about the stuff we're about to do. Yeah, that's Al Ra on the screen right there. I mean, I've never met him in person, but that's the homie as far as I'm concerned. And we've been chopping it up and collabing on a few things that we're going to be bringing to you guys in a little bit. And I hope you guys like it. Now, I've never been in Big Sandy. I started out in Lompoc, answering Everybody Killer. I've never been in Big Sandy. I started out in Lompoc, went to Victorville, Beaumont, Atwater, Lewisburg, and Florence. So I've been in 6 different joints in the course of my 20-year bid. But I've never been, the farthest East Coast I've been was Lewisburg and Beaumont. I've never been out that way. I've done most of my time in California, Lompoc, Victorville, and Atwater. Tim Dog, man, appreciate the love, homie. Yeah, I'll say he's gonna send something to the Facebook Messenger. Yeah, the homie Al, he took a clip from, my outro, where I say, man, we don't violate kids, we don't violate women, we don't tell on people. And he's made it into some sweatsuits, hoodies, and stuff. Like, like I said in one of my episodes, like when I speak on these things, I don't speak for anybody else. I speak for me, and I speak for people around me. And we're not perfect. We've made mistakes, and we've done some things that we're not proud of. But at the end of the day, we hold ourselves to certain standards. And man, anybody has ever been in a county jail with you, if you've been in a county jail with you and you listening to this or you watching this, man, let them know how I treat them child molesters. You know, I try to kill everyone I run across, and I do the same to rapists. And you ain't gotta take my word for it. Just ask the people that's been around and done time with me. You know. Much love to you too, everybody. Killer. Merry Christmas, Minority Reporter. Troy Kell was Utah guy. I'm not Oh, you guys are talking to each other. All right. Man, that's cool. He's saying Jimmy Roman's got life for weed and Chad Marks help getting out. Yeah, I got a friend out here. His name's Irvin Bradford. He helped pass the law out here in the state because, the state, the parole board out here doesn't have no oversight. Everything is up to their discretion. So if they don't like you, they might give you a 2-year date, where they might give this other guy a 6-month date. And he helped pass a law to have an oversight over, I can't cite the law that he helped pass, but for the first time ever, there was felons on the Senate floor. And these felons came out here in Utah. The homie Lecky Bloomfield and a few others was out there. These politics, they come out with these things about prison reform or whatever. But it's just like it's a paper tiger. If you understand the paper tiger, it has no teeth. It looks good, it sounds good, but it really doesn't help anybody. Why? Because these people had never been there and don't understand really what it takes to help you. We do. I know what it takes to help someone like me coming home. I've been fortunate because of the love that I have around me, but a lot of people don't have that. So if they're left to fend for themselves and they don't have a way to eat, a way to make a living, it's only common sense that they're going to resort to the same things as they were doing before. So how do you prevent that? You prevent that not by giving them handouts, but by giving them an opportunity to fend for themselves. I still can't even use the freaking phone. I play with it every day, and somehow when I'm looking for something, I end up somewhere totally different. So part of the things that we need to do is help people like me catch up with the times. And that's not hard, man. It's easy if they really want to do these things. Rick James, what kind of story are you looking for? I mean, I have plenty.
He wants a story about the DC.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen Polynesians play basketball? If you ever seen it, it's like a freaking rugby with a basketball. I have plenty of good DC stories. But if I tell you right here, you might not watch it when I come up with the episode in a few weeks. I have a lot of good DC homies, and everywhere they've been to, they funk. They funk with DC's has funked with every car in the federal prison. Well, Chi Till. Yeah, I have a lot of prison habits still. Like I eat too fast. I eat too much. You know, the other day, well, a few weeks back, I sat that my wife and I and my parents were at the house and we were all getting ready to eat. And you know, they're talking, they're going through their food. By the time they started, I was already on my second plate, you know? And I'm conscious of it. I'm like, man, don't freaking just sit here and stuff your face. But once I start, old habit just kicks in. You know, when I use the bathroom and stuff, I don't lock my door. I don't even close my door because it's just you didn't have doors and shit to close and lock. You know, there's a lot of things. Yeah, Rick James. Yeah, listen, homie. I got plenty of stories about your homies from DC. You know, like I tell you, I'm always gonna keep it straight. You know, if they do something goofy and it's part of my story, I'm gonna share it with you. But you know, when I do share stories about individuals, they're about people I respect and the things they do. And DC goes hard. A self-improved to land. A date with a 3 out of 10. What is that?
That's their name.
Oh, my bad. I thought I read the comment. No, I'm not Laos, homie. I'm Cambodian. But a lot of my homies are Laos. My hood is mostly Laos. You know, I was one of the first Cambodians in the hood. And then the next generation behind me were Cambodians that I knew from babies. And now our hood's mixed, mostly Cambodian and Laos. My daughter reported, you still be taking 4 o'clock power naps? I didn't take no naps. You know, when I was in a smooth, it's a 24/7 lockdown. But I still woke up at 5:30 and went to sleep at 9:30. Like right now, my schedule's all messed up because sometimes I have to work nights. Sometimes I don't get home till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's just, I don't even know you know, I'm just going with the flow, man. Whatever it takes to make, you know, to pay the bills right now. Talk more about your hood one of these days. You know, I'd like to, but it's just like I'm conflicted because am I glorifying this life that I'm trying to move us away from? You know, just a little bit like, you know, I got homies that are in there for murder. We've been, you know, people in my hood's been convicted of murder, kidnapping, extortion, distribution, and everything in between. No rape, no child molestation though. You know, as far as like for the rules we have in our hood, you can't do no drive-by shooting, homie. You do that shit, you're gonna get punished. You know, if you really feel some type of way about somebody, go kick in that door. But like, you know, like I said, I'm conflicted on like what all I can present to you. You know, because the more I share with you, the more I expose myself to, you know, who I am and what I am and all that stuff. But I want to keep everything authentic. I want to be honest with you. But like I said, to a certain extent, there's some things that I can't share and there's some things that I won't share. You know, never once am I out here pretending that I'm some goody-goody two-shoe, gone straight, you know. When I came out here, before I came out here, really like part of what I'm doing is sharing the stories of the people that I've been in there with. You know, when, you know, the year leading up to me coming home, a lot of my friends around me in there was like, man, let them know what's going on in here. You know, they were encouraging me and wanting me, because this wasn't my idea from the beginning. It was just a collective as we like, what am I gonna do when I come home? And everybody's like, man, let them know what's happening behind these walls, man. You know, and I know a lot of people have perceptions that we're all, but like everybody in prisons are a bunch of child molesters and rapists. We're offended by that. We don't, you know, we're not with that shit. We punish those people. And they were like, just let them know that there's good people in here. That, you know, we all made mistakes, but we trying to feed our family. And there's people that's in there that's gangbanging or whatever, and for whatever reason they justify themselves for what they did. But there's a lot of good people in there, man. And at the same time, there's a lot of people that are fucked up. A lot of people that relish in that violence and chaos. And even those people, I don't wish for them to be in there because it's just a slow death. Yeah, Coley. Yeah, you know, for me, you know, my wife says I always, like, when we're sleeping, that I hit her not hit her like physically, like, but like, you know, my dreams are violent. You know, it's like people that's been locked up, you know, they know that you can't get away from it. What's up, Mesa? Chicago Latin Kings checking in. Support your channel. Stay blessed and free, bro. Hey, much love to LK, man. The homie L's over there in Florence. And I met a lot of good homies that are Latin Kings. Yeah, I met a lot of good homies from everywhere, man. And it's heartbreaking. Like right here, like right now, is bittersweet because I'm here and they're still there, but now Larry Hoover, they're not gonna let Larry Hoover out, man. You know, the government is afraid of him. You know, my cellie, the one I just left, Omar Spearman, he was with Larry Hoover back in '92 when Larry Hoover first was going to the feds. You know, he used to tell me stories about him. You know, but I lost my thought on what I was speaking before.
You were talking about your dreams and
yeah, you know, like people that's done a lot of time. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in their head, mine included, that we don't express, that we don't know how to deal with, because like when we try to talk to them, it's like almost a stigma that is, you know, that if you're having these things that are troubling you, that you might come across as weak or something. And I'm old school. I mean, as far as I'm 45, so as far as old school, I'm not like my dad, old school. You know, their generation was hard. You know, their generation was hard. But, you know, being here, being able to communicate with you, being able to talk to you, being able to share my stories, yeah, it's therapeutic to me. Like literally, I wouldn't even care if I'm getting paid for this or not. It's just, one, I really believe I have a message to convey, and I have things to share that might enlighten you, might help someone out there, not to want to go through the things that we've been through, not to want to learn the lessons we learned, you know, the hard way. Okay, wrap it up. You're amazing. What do you know, brother? Gainesville, Florida. What's up, Gainesville, Florida? Timothy, enjoying the video. Keep it grinding. Where's that, baby? Who's that? Okay, a little later on, earlier today, a friend of mine's father passed away, and one of my homeboys' son got hit by a drunk driver. We're gonna go handle that right now. We're gonna go see what's going on with the situation. Man, thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I love your support. I have a video out for you guys in the morning or sometime tomorrow. I don't want to make promises. Who knows how late this night's going to be. And thank you, everybody, for joining in. And always, thank you for your support.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a good one. Feliz Navidad.